Hi everyone, Landlord here. Just jumped into the game between SEO Killer and TK Griffiths. This is Loser's side of Obelisk 18. So, I think you probably missed it a little bit at the start. Can't be helped. Anyway, Thunder Dragon set 1. And Blade Knight runs into a Gravekeeper Spy. He's gonna get another copy of Spy. Wow. Giant Orc. It's coming down. And wow, yep, because the SEO Killer has 5 cards in hand. Yeah, quite interesting to see Giant Orc. Of an interesting note is that if that Giant Orc gets destroyed, then it will fuel chaos. Um, quick note, if you hear the fan in the background, do apologize in advance, but it's quite toasty here in the UK. If you're not aware, we have a red weather warning for the upcoming few days, so yeah, it's getting quite toasty. Gonna get quite toasty from tomorrow onwards for the next few days. So Sasuke is going down. Into Koichi. Play around the middle force. Wind Blast is going to spin away the Sasuke. Oh yeah, pitching the Thunder Dragon, of course. Yeah. That's a pretty good hit. Yeah, you might as well put both spies in attack and back it up with the back row. Nope, backing up with a monster. So there comes the Sasuke. Swinging for 600. It's interesting to see TK being on the player's side. As we know, TK is probably the judge we know. So we're already seeing a lot. We're seeing some spice in Giant Orc. So of course Thunder Dragon is going to be discarded, and the third copy of Spy. It'll be interesting to see what the follow-up play is. Wow, Blade Knight of his own. Good old Blade Knight being stolen back. So Warrior Lady or oh wow. Snatch of his own. Is there something to back up the snatch? Yeah, there's a solemn. Wing Blast being quite crucial in these games. Yeah. Wing Blast setting back SEO Killer 2 turns, basically. So yeah. That's a wrap. Solemn Judgment to back up the big push. So turn 1 door. And yeah, we're seeing the follow up with Charity. Blade Knight set 4. Set 3, close enough. As I thought, there's another spy. So TK having the 5% chance of opening double Gravekeeper Spy in opening hand. But now, Sasuke could run away. And mop up these spies if you're not careful. Ooh. Tribe asking for Sodom. Yeah, my body is probably worthwhile because of the way people side against you in Minion Warrior because they side in battle traps. My body also is a nice way to protect your monsters from being board wiped by Miracles to Tribute and Tribe. But 1500 does come up, and Breaker's going to come down. Is he going to go for the? Is he going to pass priority, or is he just going to try and bump heads with Blade Knight? That's the interesting part. Nope, you're not going to chance it. Wow, that's a pretty good hit. Bump heads. But that is a bit risky because surely that's BLS. Because now that gets Chaos Fodder. You're going to have to excuse me. Yeah, it's just passing. Yeah, I think that's the best way. You don't want to get your handle back or picked apart by something. So both players just gonna stall it out. I wouldn't be surprised if TK did decide to set a card here to play around Dust Shoot if he chose to set a card. Yeah. But yeah, I think if you're TK, you're not in a terrible position, even though SCL Killer opened quite strong. You're more than making up. But now you have to be careful of a potential Sing to lock up back row. Yeah, just slugfest. Yeah, you just attack the Sangan here. Yeah, I think you just gotta go for it. Bait out something. So Blade Knight's a target. Dust Tornado is going to blow up the Quarter Haunted. But yeah, that was a really good hold of Dust Tornado. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Solemn here. But that means that SDR Killer will use the second Solemn. He just lets it go. Wow. Yeah, you take that. I think if you're SCL, I think I think if you are TK, you would take that. It'd be quite interesting if TK did manage to make his way out of losers bracket. Uh, Dust Tornado is hitting. Wow, that's a really old take back to when people were siding in 7 tools. But yeah, it's just one of those things where. Yeah, wow, it's a real throwback. There's the expected BLS, which is not. Yeah, BLS is the. Yeah, so there we go. Are we going to see a big play? Because it needs to be a light. Oh wow, yeah, that's a bit rough. Which probably means a chaos of its own. Oh wow. Yeah, and that sorcerer is going to be sticking around because you're not siding in Book of Moon versus this sort of deck, I don't believe. Because you know he's running Giant Orcs and oh wow. But yeah, he's playing around the snatch. But I think in your TK you take that. The sorcerer's done this job. Um, yeah, so it's just a matter of upgrading all these background. I think the real force isn't gone yet. So I think mm, I guess yeah, depending around the real force eventually you're gonna run out of back row. Wow. Duo. And Tika going for his usual. Um, hit the one closest to the fusion deck. But that's pretty big. The only thing is that if he didn't hit the snatch, then it might be a little bit difficult for TK here. Um, yeah, I don't think SER Killer's got. Yeah, he's not going to. Yeah, if you're TK right here, you can just sit pretty until Oh, he's going for it. Which means that he's anticipating. So he's probably going to use the Mail Force here. If he's got it set. Surely you have to use Mail Force here because you got no other Mail Force or Ring. But I know that fuels a monster, so it's probably gonna go for it. That for me reads Snatch Steel set or Snatch Steel in hand. And TK just sits and passes. There's a Snatch. Milforce isn't going to do anything in this situation, I don't think. I think. Wow, he's actually going to sack his own. He's going to sack his own sorcerer. I guess you do that because then you take less damage, and then that's awfully suspicious. I guess you got no lights anyway, so you're taking less damage. If I bring up the graveyard, there's no lights in TK's graveyard. Just dark monsters in Tribe. Wow. Eh. Are we going to see a Snatch of his own? Yeah, unsurprisingly he plays a Solemn. So does he have the Snatch in the monster? There's a Snatch. I told you there's a Snatch. Yeah, you play the Snatch, play around, but then if he gets hit by Dust Tornado, then it's a bit rough. But if you've got a Battle Trap to follow up, interesting. Bear me a moment. I think my stream froze a little bit. There's that Mail Force. But then this is the dangerous bit because warriors are really good at top decking. But you would take the Snatch Steel being a 2-for-1 at this moment in time, and you're up in life, and that's actually a pretty good top deck because that's going to deal with whatever is set. I think Call the Haunted, is it? Yeah, Call the Haunted's gone. Now, if you're SDL killer, you have to decide what you want to suck. Do you want to press for damage, or do you just want to trade? Yeah, goes for Warrior Lady of his own. Probably bump heads, yep, bump heads, banish. So just analysing if you top deck a card of your own. Yeah, this is just a bit painful because you don't have any lights, so probably he's got another Chaos in hand, but there's not really too much you can do because he discarded the Thunder Dragon off the Charity, so now he's going to get more stuff banished. if you are SEO killer, you on. No, this, wow, that's a pretty good top deck. A giant orc would be nice. Heavy storm's gone, so you can safely set those 2 back row. And another monster. Wow. Yep, that's game. That's definitely game. There's that return, spicy. And that's a wrap. And TK advances to the next game. And yeah, that's not very... I'll need to report the scores if I can. But yeah, because we are not using the bot. Well, we're not using... so we are using RetroBot for its scoring. But yeah, that's a King 2-0. Surprise. They need to report. And I'm going to see if I can find a copy. And yep, I've missed some of the stream. But yeah, they just played ahead. So I'll probably grab the replay and we'll review the early attempts. And wow, don't... That is actually quite funny. Chain energy. Wow, what is this? Okay, that makes sense. But I'm surprised that you've... Is that Ujama? Yeah, it's Ujama token. So, don't copy, being very smart, signing in creature swaps. I'd expect him to be on some sort of control list. So hopefully... Yeah, let's just... Yeah, that's just... Yeah. Karibo is actually a really, really good card against Panda Burn if you're on it. Yeah, Mobius obviously very good. If you can combine it with something, and Tribe is going to deal 19 because yeah, because that was in the drama token. I'm not sure why he lost 600. Maybe he had 2 tokens, so I didn't see him. Is that going to be game? Attack. Wow. And now Alvarado is going to go into... I'm going to grab this replay. I know players normally nowadays provide replays to counteract the everything, but yeah, Scapegoat meta, yeah, and then Karibo is very good card anyway. So that's absolutely fine. We've got the replay. I'll review the replay at the end. So now we have got yeah, that's 2-1, but it's, yeah, I think the bot is, I think so yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, it's TK. TK is not in yet, so I'm gonna jump in, don't accept. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'll go grab it. Yeah, nice boy. I'm playing Edison. Love to see it. So whilst we're waiting for that, I'll just do a quick replay review. So yeah, I shouldn't have done that because now you see that. Don't copy has got a really good hand. Wow. I'm surprised he's gone like that. No, I haven't seen what's been drawn off the cherries here. boosted Lily. There's the faith. Yeah, expected it's a faith. I said it really quickly. He's going to pay 500. Yeah, let's have a look. Yes. Yeah, I was waiting for it to start. I know you can see me, but I just need to. I should have made it clear on stream that I am waiting for people to start. So please start. Please start. Ah, okay. Alright, so we know Alvarado is on chain energy with Pandaban with chain energy. I think TK is, let me just yeah, I'm just waiting for him to accept. You need to accept. Anyway, whilst we're waiting for them to yes, there we go. Alvarado opening the pot. This is interesting because we saw TK's on Chaos Return. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting match to say the least. I mean, one thing that TK does have going for him is made that Warrior Lady. So that's going to help against Drought. But right now, yeah, it's funny because chain energy is probably MST bait, as you see there, but your opponent needs to have it. So setting 4, yeah, TK knows what Alvarado is on. He's just seen a snippet. But it's interesting that Alvarado's now on, well, now using that. Well, not really that surprising. I think, wow, Dashut's going to give TK a whole bunch of information. He's probably going to be returning a panda. Oh, there's only one target, but now let's see if. But now, thank you. Probably moving forwards, I'll need to advertise that I am number 1 streaming and number 2 probably have to do it, get the Streamlabs set up, because at the moment I'm streaming from my um, personal YouTube. Fingers crossed I don't get blocked again. There's a heavy storm. He's going to bring a token. And probably Wingblast a set monster. Surely. Nope, he's not playing the Solemn. He knows that if he plays the Solemn, so yeah, I believe that was Nightmare Wheel and Double Desserts. But yeah, that's probably a morphing jar or a giant rat that, just it's obvious what the game plan is. Don't attack. don't don't attack the token, because you can lock up if you get another geometry trio. So yeah. Be interesting to see how TK navigates this. Because you know what. So go for Thunder Dragon anyway, because you need to thin your deck. I mean, yeah, I guess if he's got. Yeah, because you don't mind morphing jar getting flipped here or Sabbath. But it was Sabbath be flipped already by now, so I think that's likely to be a Lily. And there's that Nightmare Wheel that we knew about. Yeah, just slow. Yeah, I think it's either. I think it's likely to be a Lily, because yeah. Now that dessert is looking very pretty. Slug. Trinity comes down to, basically, it's no MST, so it's like, that set monster is gonna get locked down with the Nightmare Wheel, unless TK has a heavy storm of his own. Yep, unsurprisingly, the wheel gets flipped. So you can't flip something in standby, but you can actually play around. If it's on the set monster, then you can play around that by tribute setting Thunder Dragon. And you probably want to tribute set Thunder Dragon. Okay, he's going for it. Make the read that it's a Lily, but also playing into playing into the fact that it could be a morphing gel. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to burn for 15 total. Yeah. Wow. It is the cyber charm. But that's actually pretty good for TK. Let's see what's getting revealed. Boy, wow. Yeah. I think if you're TK, you're obviously going to attack. It depends how Alvarado positions his monsters, because you're definitely summoning your monsters in attacks, so now it's just a matter of Alvarado. Yeah, I think if you are TK, you're probably going to ram your warrior lady into one of those monsters, just so that you're playing around. Yeah, you're ramming warrior lady into one of those set monsters to reduce the damage you receive from just desserts and ceasefire. Even if it's 100, you're banishing the panda. It really depends which one Blade Knight hits, actually. Actually, I think you don't lose anything. Yeah, you don't lose anything because you're going to you. I think you crush Warrior Lady into Exile Force and banish it, or you go Warrior Lady attack into Panda banish, and then Nobleman follow up, and then back up with a Solemn. Because at this rate, you need to play you Ceasefire and Just Desserts are combination of the two is lethal, so you need to reduce the damage. And don't forget Trinade as well. So Trinade can always put you in an awkward spot if you're not careful. I don't even play Burn. Yep, he actually does go for that. Yep, he goes for that play. He banishes. But now it's awkward because, yeah, had you gone and attacked into Panda and the Nobleman, that actually reduces your card count by 1. So let's see. I don't think you drop BLS here because then you just leave yourself open to a whole bunch of burn stuff. Oh, he actually goes for it. Wow. Is it the... Wow. He actually goes for it. Yeah. That's really rough. Because we know it's Trinade. Yeah, but the only thing is we don't know what the 2 cards. Alright. Banish Blade Knight. Interesting. Yeah, I guess Blade Knight's a bit of a liability. Um, yeah, now you're going to get hit by the Trinade. Unless you got double. If you got Wing Blast, that would be a really, really good card right now. Yeah, TK correct. Yep, that's game. Yeah, always an awkward match up because yeah, I think you're damned if you do. You're damned if you play the Solemn. Yeah, it's just an awkward matchup. So yeah, Panda Burn is definitely an adverse threat, despite it being it's obviously it likes I guess it's interesting to see how people have basically had a look at Womack Burn from from later formats. So dimensional wall, obviously a dark world lightning to deal with set monsters and that sort of thing. But the whole idea is you poke for a bunch of damage, then your opponent attacks into you and they get hit by magic cylinder, dimension wall, or ring of destruction. So yeah, it makes things very awkward for you. Whilst the side is in progress, I'm going to see how this match game one between Dot Copy and Alvarado panned out. Wow. Yeah, Don't Copy actually won the most important. But yeah, that dual snipe is really important. Yeah, you're good. I'm surprised. Unusual sequencing because maybe you want to yeah, I think yeah. Yeah, now it's really awkward. You summon Tomato and it's yeah. Okay, let's see. TK is done siding, so it's interesting to see how Alvarado goes. Come on, I am waiting for you. I'm waiting for you, Alvarado. Right, I am back on stream. But I am definitely back on stream. And we are back in action. Oh well, he's still keeping in the dash. I guess. Yeah, let's see what it is. I think. Yeah, that pot is looking very, very good right now. But it's very interesting that TK has basically left himself open. So, is he going to return the breaker? And yeah, obvious choice, return the breaker. Okay, shuffle it back. Yeah. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, I think you don't. I'm surprised he basically used the. Yeah, I guess the coach is not very good. I'm surprised. I'm surprised to see. Yeah, yeah, because that was always coming down. Yeah, so TK is going to gain life. Oh wow! Smashing Grunt effectively deals with the rat. And Giant Orc's going to. Wow! Boy, that's pretty huge. Yeah, it's really awkward for Alvarado because um, level limit. But now Panda is going to come down and deal with 1800. Nope, he's going for the break at 800. Yeah, Giant Orc is a sitting duck at the moment. Wow. Reflect Boulder. Wow. That's pretty good. Sangan. Wow! Oh. So yeah, that was a pretty good comeback. After burning the heavy early so that you could get back Breaker, and then Breaker got shifted to defense because of, so yeah. Um, just quickly review that other game real quick, but I'm just waiting for. Okay, home page. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. And Alvarado will definitely be going first. Turns out Blade Knight is big enough. But if that's a rat, then you are in a pretty awkward position. Okay, you take that. Yeah. Ring is going to pop the kinetic soldier. There's a giant hawk. And yeah, that's good. So he's going to attack. Oh, ring of his own. Wow. So BLS is going to banish. But Trunade Snatch Steel would do the trick, I think. Yeah, Trunade Snatch. Actually, no, that doesn't work. I was thinking that Trunade Snatch Chain Energy, but Snatch gives an extra 1,000. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's a dust tornado set. Yeah, when you're in this sort of position, you might as well. Doesn't have the snatch. So yeah, this is going to get drawn out for a bit until TK draws the out. Heavy Storm would be pretty good here. Good old beefy giant hawk. But at least TK's got the out because he can always go tribute for Thunder Dragon. So at the moment he's got 2 Thunder Dragons in hand. Yeah, that could even be a morphing jar. But you got no way of, or even the Cyber jar for that matter. Probably Tribe Attack. And then Tribe Clear Giant Orc. Yeah, I think if you're... Yeah, you're probably going to pop the Giant Orc. Yeah, if you're TK, you have to consider popping the Giant Orc. By popping the Giant Orc, you don't get run over. You feel the dark. You do so many things here. So you're probably going to pop the Giant Orc. You don't really care about card advantage in this particular. Oh wow, he's still gonna. I guess holding up for charity. Wow! Oh wow, Jinzo! Oh! But now you are going to get hit by Cyberjaw. Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. The wheel won't stick. Yes, it is. Yeah. There's the Cyberjaw. There's that Cyberjaw I was talking about. Whoa! Yeah, I think. Yeah. So yeah. Meme walk. Everyone calls it the meme walk, but yeah, it's just so important in this match. You really put in checkmate situation now that you know. I think if you're TK, you just banish. Yep, attack and banish. There's no reason. Yeah, there's no reason to attack for 14. Yeah, you just. But yeah, TK's done a really good job of keeping out giant rats throughout the games. So yeah, if you are TK, you're setting the walk. But yeah, I saw that Jin's. I think yeah, setting walk torrential probably. No, you're probably setting just a torrential. Yeah. I'm surprised he's setting a monster there. Unless he's got ceasefire. Yeah, you got. It's a bit of a checkmate situation, I think. Yeah, and you're setting up Book in this matchup with your TK, so it's like. Wow, Book is pretty strong here. And there's the Nobleman. Wow! Morphing Jaw. I think if you're TK, you don't. Oh wow, he's actually attacking with Breaker here. But yeah, that 1600 is going to come in quite huge here because card count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 1200. No, 1400. Oh wow, it's only going to be 1200 now. So woof. And now it's got. Hmm? 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 Yeah, no, that's correct. It's not technically his fault. Yeah, so unusual. Um, yep, I think Alvarado's still going to make the same. Are you going to make the same play, Alvarado? Oof. Yep, I think that's a wrap. Standby phase. Heavy of his own? Yeah, because one of them is cylinder. So you need to have heavy here. Or you just have male force. There's so many outs here that you can just camp on saucer, surely. It'd be interesting to see how TK sided out. Yeah, you. Ironically, Book of Moon is actually not bad in this sort of situation because that will play around the magic cylinder. Yeah, I think the right play is to not attack here for sure, because then if you attack, then that just leaves you in a very awkward spot of what if you top decks a chain energy. Male force.
Okay, they have to play defensive here. They have to play defensive.
Excuse me. Yeah, so just double checking to make sure that everything's proper on Twitch as well. Because, yeah, if you're watching on Twitch, thank you as always. Well, just in general, thank you as always for tuning in. Unusually, Alvarado did not play the cylinder. Because if he had even if he played the cylinder, he needed another burn spell, so I guess, well, burn trap, I should say, is in this case, so maybe he was right for holding off. Yeah, it's just become very precarious. You have to navigate your way around and respect all the trap cards. This is why I like shutting out all the trap cards, personally. But anyway, that's another story. There's a panda. Panda's going to start chipping away. So let's see how this Nightmare Wheel. So yeah, it's gonna be a really. And the worst bit about this is that, yeah, obviously you can't attack unless you got a way of getting past the cylinder. I think Typhoon's already been used. Oh wow. Double wheel. Panda's going. So that's the cylinder we know about. Yeah, it's really awkward now. Oh wow. If you have solemn judgment, you're forced to flip the judgment on the. The question is which. Wow. Ugh. Heavy storm. You need to have. Oh wow. You know the cylinder set. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Huh. Wow, jeepers. That's. Wow. Well, now we have it. It's. TK has actually got a shot at getting a Worlds invite, but has to win 2 games back to back. No pressure. Yeah, that was really tight and nail biting to say the least. But yeah, that was a really good game. Anyway, the replay is going to get posted, so now we are Don't Copy versus TK, with TK come from loser side bracket. But yeah, that was. yeah, just going to wait for everything to. I wouldn't be surprised if TK is going to take a break and. So yeah, here comes the final round. What's been quite interesting 90 minutes, and I am glad my internet connection is holding up ever since I changed my internet provider, so that is a plus. I don't believe there have been many hiccups, so yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I am going to, where is still copy? Come on, don't copy. So I'm going to grab some water as well. Right, I'll be back. Water time. So, yep, I'm back from water break. Um, yeah, yeah, it's a very, very warm day. Well, it's not so bad. It's actually not been as bad as, yeah. So, yeah, probably TK is taking a little bit of a breather. Don't blame him, because if you've been playing well, incredibly difficult matchups, then yeah, don't blame him for needing a break. So at least, yeah, so probably TK is taking a little bit of a break, so in the meantime, that will give me a bit, give me a bit of a chance of catching up on that replay that I missed out on. So yeah, this was game 2. Yeah, that basically locks up. Yeah, that's basically dealing with it. So copy. So this is a game we saw that Karibo. Okay, I'm just going to watch. And we're in. Okay, I'm going to switch back over to the TK Green the Rock Paper Scissors. It will be very interesting if TK wins both games, which is definitely doable. I mean, the fact that I saw Creature Swap from Don't Copy for me suggests that he is on control, but yeah, it's just. I mean, I'll put it this way: I do know the deck list, but just without looking, you'd assume that Don't Copy will be on some sort of control list. Nobleman comes down, which is a bit of a hit and miss, because sure, it's good. It's good for stopping Deco, but it fuels return. We know that TK is on return, and actually TK wouldn't mind that, because now with Deco's out of the deck, you can't Don't Copy can't crush tomatoes into Decos. So actually, although it sucks to lose a draw aspect from Deco, it's not that bad. Yeah, it just remind me how. Oh, it's Thunder Dragon. That's inflating. Yep, so Zaborg. Zaborg's coming down. Yeah, you're seeing this in control nowadays, where people are running up starts. The real debate, yeah, are you going to attack into a spy? Or are you? Wow. DK is really going the aggressive route. Book of Moon's going to save the tomato. Okay. Hit the Thunder Dragon. Hit another Thunder Dragon. That's the one brilliant thing about Thunder Dragon is that you get your 39% chance of opening it, which means that compared to 15% chance you would with Serpent, so yeah, you're always going to have a Thunder Dragon to discard. Well, you're going to have a Thunder Dragon to have in your hand more frequently than you would a Serpent. Bit painful, but maybe that's Sangan set if you're going to play Milforce like that. But anyway, not a big deal. I think Zaborg would be huge in this position, though. Wow. Yeah, I think you do something there. That's understandable. Oof. Wow. He does not want Don't Copy to have field presence, which for me indicates that he can't deal with Sangan. It's Giant Hawk set. If it was Giant Hawk set, then that's huge. Don't Copy does not have a light in grave. Another Giant Hawk set. He probably has BLS in hand. Don't Copy probably has BLS in hand. But yeah, that's really awkward. Warrior Lady just being a solid all-round card. Zaborg will probably seal the deal. Or that. Ha! Wow. Oh wow. Yeah, 2K doing the trick of summoning spy and attack. Because you lose nothing. In this position, you're losing nothing. You can always choose to switch the other spy to attack over Spirit Reaper, and then go into Sorcerer, banish the light. Or you just shift your attack mode, put the spy to defense. So this is actually something that TK's mentioned on Discord, where you lose nothing for summoning the spy and attack when your opponent's got no other attackers. Yep, that's curtains. That was a rip and a half. But the problem with that is that, yeah, TK just held on, forced Don't Copy to discard the last card in hand. Because technically speaking, you need to. That has actually given him some valuable information. That, well, if you didn't already know, then Don't Copy his running roll decrease. Yeah, it's interesting to see this build. I mean, unfortunately, I won't be able to pop it on screen like I used to be able to. Well, I'll probably need to fiddle around and put my Discord screen on. But yeah, it'll be very interesting for you to see what I am seeing, depending on how things go. You don't have Thunder Dragon, then that's perfectly acceptable. Discard. Wow, he actually discards a breaker. Are we going to see the Reaper? Yeah, Heavy Storm's gonna. That explains why he didn't keep the breaker. Oh wow. The, this is one of the problems with Thunder Dragon is that it's a great advantage engine, but right now TK is basically running with what, 4.5 cards, unless he's got Wing Blast sets. So, although it shows a 6, we know 2 of them Thunder Dragons. And here comes the Tribe. And this is one of the problems of running. Well, yeah, he doesn't really have much defense. But at the same time, TK's technically on 4.5 cards now. Because I wouldn't class I just class Thunder Dragon as a means, as a dual deterrent. I wouldn't say that it's particularly useful to have a bunch of Thunder Dragons in hand right now, especially after you use Charity. So it's really, really awkward right now for TK. But at least you got Fail to Find, which he does actually do. I think if you're TK, you just go swing, make a huge push. Yeah, you have to. You need to add. If TK has ring set, TK probably has. Surely you may. Let's see. He's probably going to hold out until he sees Snatch Steal or something to take the ELS. Because you normally don't flip the. Goats. Surely you're playing the ring here, or Solemn, or Wing Blast. There we go. I'm surprised he doesn't use it on the BLS, but I think he got Solemn set. And that's a wrap. Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't. I guess, anyway. Don't be surprised if we decide to finish after finish streaming because it is getting quite late. So yeah, it's just a matter of it is getting quite late. It's touching on we've been running the stream for what, almost 2 hours now. It's touching on midnight for Don't Copy in Italy, and yeah, it's almost 11, which if you're not going out and having a good time because you feel like chilling out, then yeah, it's just wow. Nobleman is a big hit. Sorcerer doesn't do anything, but Nobleman's the bigger hit of the two. How many times have we seen Don't Copy do a charity? What? He drew full Trinity! Fudge! Wow. Yeah. If that's Magician and you don't have Blade Knights, then you are absolutely in a terrible position. But wow. Talk about full Trinity. Let's put it this way: it's already improbable to open all three. Well, very extremely unlikely. But yeah, that's just. Will we see the decree? Yeah, you're forced to win. That's what I said. Can't afford that to be a magician. Wow, that's actually huge for TK because if that was a faith set, then the Wing Blast has actually shuffled away the faith. But obviously, it doesn't make a difference if that is now a faith. Yeah, there's a faith. I think you get charity. You're negating the flip summon. Yeah, you're definitely negating the flip summon. But then now you leave yourself. Yeah, TK knows what he has to do. He's obviously in the improbable spot of goats. Yeah, I think you tribute so. I wouldn't be surprised if we were thinking about tribute set. Yeah, because I don't think that you'd see Tashu. Yeah, you'd probably stick to Decree. Just attack with the second. Yeah, you don't want to risk losing your Thunder Dragon to Snatch Steel, and then he gets hit by Meta. Yeah. So yeah, unsurprisingly, Tsukiyomi is gonna come down, likely to attack over. Yeah, Don't Copy does not have the BLS, because if he did, then you. Oh wow. Yeah, yeah. He read the ring, but not much. Yep. So that is a wrap. Um. So yeah. Good games all. I think. Yeah, I think I'll call it. I'll go through the list real quick, but I'll keep an eye out and see if there's anyone that is. I think everyone's gone off now. Don't blame them. It's actually been quite a long day. So bear with me one moment whilst I change my capture. So right. So unfortunately, we have lost access to. We have to take the deck list manually now. So yep. Mercenary 5, Mercenary V, I guess it's 5. Pretty standard looking turbo list. Yeah, I mean, people on the Too Solemn train. yes, I think it's personal preference, but personally, it's in a lot of decks is 0 or 3. Um, but some decks you can make the argument that 1 is the right number as a tech. SEO Killer, 4th place. Yeah, standard warrior list. But yeah, look at the side. Just triple Mobius doesn't want to lose to back to floodgates. So probably the most interesting card here is my body, which I touched on stream, because a lot of the ways people deal with your warriors is through battle traps. So you're probably holding on to my body until you you're probably holding on to my body until you want to have your board wipe. Bear me one moment. I'm going to actually check to see if people want to have an interview. Yeah, no problem. So, as I touched on, you got 3 main cards that you got Mirrorforce, Torrential, and Tribe, which are board wipes against you if you come across that sort of situation where you have multiple warriors. There's always no Don's Luke, because Cliff is probably more valuable just being able to poke away, get rid of back row. But anyway, and yeah, on the topic of my body, obviously sometimes the 1500 is less than the damage you're taking from ring, so sometimes you can play it that way. Anyway, so Alephia also on warrior, DD Assailant, a bit more standard looking, running DD Assailant. Oh yeah, I'm not sure if I showed just now, obviously SEO Killer was main decking Sombrera, so tech out against Warrior, but now he's gone back to double Nobleman as well, so anyway. Some spicy, you received Fiend Mega Cyber in the side deck. Yeah, just another body, 2200. If your opponent controls at least 2 more monsters than you do, you can special summon from your hand. Yeah, majority isn't it? Yeah, pretty standard list outside of a few tech options. Yeah, and obviously one interesting thing to note is that both Alephia and SEO Killer are using Sing and Who to shut off back row. I am going to double check and see if people want to. Yep, yeah. So yeah, just leave it to chat. I think if people want to join it, leave. Alephia. Yeah, I'll cover Alephia. Lynn. Yeah, standard chaos control list with decrees. Personally, I think that when you run triple decree and you're not running anything else, it's very open, because although control is a good, I mean, I guess spy helps you with the game to help you to block out and just anyway. So I know spy is there as a chump block. Some people don't like spy with goats. I mean, it's not. Yeah, I guess interesting to see mini mimic package alongside tomato. So yeah, I guess that's the way to play around the lack of traps. Personally, I do like my trap cards, even just as a surprise factor. Yeah, I think it looks very standard list from what I can see. Nothing actually stands out for me outside of the tech mimic package and the single copy of creature swap. Yeah, surprisingly not triple goats, but I can understand that you're a spy again. So yeah. Looks as pretty standard list. Don't copy our winner, I'll probably save the list for later. Shifty, Team Bones. Yeah, standard turbo list. Personally, not. Yeah, personally, I wouldn't run Double Judgment, but he's probably one of the more experienced turbo players out there. So, yeah, I'll probably check in with him to see what made him go with Double Solemn. Because yeah, you want. Personally, I want Triple Solemn to be able to beat Solemn in Solemn Wars. If you played later formats where Solemn is a lot more popular, like Teledad, even the format before Return Dad and then GBs when Fusion got banned, emergency banned. Yeah, those sorts of formats where you have multiple Solemns involved, you always want to have. Although it's unlikely to draw all 3 copies in the game, you definitely want to be in that position where you have multiple Solemns, and yeah, you don't want to be in a position where you have 2 and your opponent has 3, which is actually what happened with AJ Hussein when he won the event in London. He had multiple Solemn, he had all 3 Solemn judgments. So yeah, although Jamie had 2, yeah, obviously you lose out in the Solemn Wars there if you only have 2 to hand. I think he was expecting Warrior because that's why he's single nobleman. Pretty interesting to see this sort of approach. I might need to ask him about it. 3rd place, Anti Alvarado. Yep, I guess it's an adaptation of Panda Burn that we're all familiar with, albeit with chain energy. So I think Alethea used this sort of list in Worlds 2021. Yep. Yeah. Outside of chain energy, not really too much to say. Sideboard, I think he's well geared towards turbo, and yeah, Cypher Soldier is searchable. There's one back for mirror match. Spicy. Well, another spicy tech in the form of Reflect Bounder. But other than that, I think all the rest of the cards are pretty much self-explanatory. Mass Driver is there to tribute tokens because nothing really gets rid of tokens very well. Yeah. This is probably the boring bit, so bear with me as I just. In 2nd place, TK Griffiths. Main head judge. Yeah, Return. I guess Chaos Return. Yeah, just proving that Thunder Dragon is a very good card. Very good light engine. Yeah, we saw the Jinzo sided in against Burn. We saw Dust Tornado. We saw 7 tools. Yeah, just not really too much to say about the list outside of Giant Orc, which is a 2200 monster, so it even runs over Sombrero the Dark at 2100. So yeah, very clever. I think it's a very clever tech choice of using Giant Orc for the matchups because a lot of players go Berserk Gorilla or Sombrero, and nobody really considers Giant Orc because of its downside of switching to defense. But if you are going for a game push because you flip Return and summon an Orc, that 2200 actually adds up. So yeah, it's a very clever tech choice to include Giant Orc. And number 1 is Don't Copy, running, well, a few things. Number 1, single Abyss Soldier, taking some inspiration from JCVD 93, another Bones member. Also taking a tech from, I believe it's Geisty that likes this tech of Injection Fairy Lily. Yeah, because you've got the option to creature swap a token around and then summon the Lily and then put for massive damage. I think it's pretty much it's pretty standard. Kuribo in the sides. We saw. I'm probably gonna need to run through game 3 really quickly of the match between him and Alvarado, but yeah, Kuribo is a card that I do like against Pandaburn because a lot of the time is that chip damage. So if you stop the even 1 damage and then you combine it with, say, a walk, then yeah, you've got a good way of sealing the deal against all these decks, because a lot of the time you're saving the walk for, well, as we saw on stream, you're holding the walk a lot of the time. Quick one, I'm going to check again. Nothing new. So yeah, that is that. Let me quickly finish off the rest of the match between Don't Copy and so Don't Copy some of the Mobius pop. So I'll probably might have to do a full replay but if you ever want to get a glimpse of the replay, I can always pin the link in the description when I clean up the stream description. Wow, he drops a Kuribo. Just don't take the massive damage. I'm surprised I guess if you're a Panda player, you just trying to swing for damage. So that's 28. Probably has, you wouldn't. The fact that you're attacking over a token means that you've got multiple burn cards. So I think it's correct to Kuribo there and take 300 only. Swap. Big of 13 and 3. So yeah, we saw this tail end. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. So if I reveal both hands, well, if I reveal the set cards, then we know that was a thing. So just take it, snatch. Yeah, it's just, this is what I was talking about. This is a burn cards that will add damage to board. So yeah. Anyway, I think that will be a wrap. Slightly different from normal because just a bit of acclimatization to get used to. I need to get used to back to streaming again. I think I'll probably have to. Yeah, there's quite a few bits and bobs I need to set up. So yeah. Anyway, cool. If you stayed this long, thank you for staying on for the next for the past couple of hours. Hope to see you soon on another stream of some sort. Bye for now.